Hey, what's going on, guys? Komakikins here. In this video we're gonna be generating castling moves. So what is castling? So in castling, king goes, it kind of jumps over the square, and if it goes from e1 to g1, it goes the king side castling, and if it goes from e1 to c1, it goes the queen side castling. And remember when we've been parsing our FEN string, we had a castling rights at the very end here. So you see, like we have this ability to castle king, white king castles king side and queen side, and same for the black king. So if I just get rid of this, if I get rid of this castling right and update the page, it won't allow me to castle here anymore. Okay, but it still can castle queen side. So some more notes regarding. Okay, did I? Oh, that's the queen side castling right was dropped because I just castled there. So yeah, let's get it back like this. Okay, so there are several conditions to consider when you need to generate when you need to answer the question whether the castling is legal or not. So the first one, the target square where king is gonna step through is gonna be empty, and also all the squares that separate the king from the rook should be empty as well. So this is the condition number one. And the second condition, the castling rights should be okay, so a king would castle either king side or queen side only in the case if it is legal, basically. And the very last rule that probably some of you might not know if you're not chess players. So let's consider white making some move, and black takes this pawn. So now king side castling is not possible, even though it is permitted. But why? That happens because this square like f1 is actually attacked. So if either f1 or g1 or d1 or c1 are attacked, in this case the castling is not permitted. But within our castling move generation, we would only search for if d or f square is actually being attacked along with the king square, because if king would castle into a check, in that case that would be catched by the make move function that we will write later on after we finish our move generator stuff. So just to bear in mind the major approach of how we're supposed to be generating our castling moves. So bearing this stuff in mind, I will now go to my source code. So here I have my source code from the previous parts, and well, probably the very first thing to consider, I would like to refresh my position within the parts FEN, because from the last time it has been changed slightly a bit for the pawn move generation purposes. Save, and now in order to run this stuff, I just want to open the terminal in the current working directory, and by simply type in make to compile the sources. And if it compiles, then I just want to run this chess hexadecimal 88. Okay, so here we got our outputs. So some pawn generation stuff is still kind of available here, which is nice. But now we're supposed to be actually providing the logic for our castling moves. So let's find this side distinguishing here. So if side is equal to white, so here we got our pawn moves, and we need exactly this indentation basically, so to make sure. Okay, else black pawn, so it should be, I guess, right over in here. So white king castling. So let me see the column here. So if this is gonna be exactly the same indentation here, yeah, it seems like. So yeah, the very first thing to consider, we need to match the white king here. So we can say if board indexed by the square is equal to white king, like this. In this case, we need to match two cases. So if king-side castling is possible and if queen-side castling is possible. So if king-side castling is available, right? And castling available. Hope I've spelled available right. Sorry if not. And here if queen-side castling is available. So here we can simply say like if, and just like we did within our print no function, print board function to render this sort of a castling rights, we need just simply to bitwise or our castling variable that stores the castling right as an integer. So if you're not familiar with this bitwise way of storing the castling, have a look at the source code or the video where I've been parsing FEN. It contains this explanations regarding how the castling variable is being encoded in order to represent the various castling rights with an examples right over in here. So we need just simply to bitwise and our castling with a set of given castling rights, these guys. So white king castling, white queen castling, black king castling, black queen castling. So let me just drop back here. So it's literally enough to say, oh my god, where is that? Yeah, it's literally enough to say if castle bitwise ended with a king castling, because so I'm using this capitals because this stands for the white king. So in here our logic goes, and the same for queen castling. So now the very first thing we need to do is gonna make sure target square, make sure there are empty squares between king and rook, like this. So, and here we're supposed to be referencing particular squares, so we need to make sure that F and G squares are actually empty. So I need to say if, and I'm referencing the board indexed by the square F1, so this is the particular square, it's hard-coded because it's not really ever going to be changed. So F1 and G1. So if we could say like board F1 is equal to 0, or just a shortcut for this we can say this exclamation mark, if not board F1. So if this returns 0, which means false, so in this case, and not board and G1, okay. And now we need to make sure king is not under attack, under check basically. King and well, actually, well, king square, king, and the next square, like basically F1 there. So I just don't know how to provide this commentary in a better way. So E1 and F1 should not be attacked by black. Let's say king and next square are not under attack. Let's make it like this. So here I can say if, and now I use our is square attack function, returning true if the square is attacked by the given side and false if it's not. So if is square attacked, and the square we're looking for would be E1, which is the king square, and it's not attacked by the black pieces. So this is important because we're generating castling moves for white queen, so make sure it's not attacked by the black pieces, right? And the same copy, so if not attacked, right? And so the east square attack should return false, otherwise we can't castle because we're going to castle through the attack square, which is illegal. So, and also f1, right? So this is kind of it, and in this case I guess this is it. So I think now we can already print our move. Copy and print. So here we'll say E1 and here we will say G1. So now from square to square we just got this hard-coded square, so king is going to G1, and this is the castling move. So let's actually try to check this out a bit. So you see, like, we now got this E1 and G1 move being generated, so the white king side castling is available. Now if I just get rid of this king castling rule, it should drop that move. So let's try this. So just drop this. Okay, now we don't have this king side castling anymore because it's not kind of available within our FEN. So I hope this is quite pretty clear. Another little check here. So now I just want to bring this king back, but let's put some piece on F1 or G1. So let's put, say, well, what to put there? Pawn can't be there really, but let's put their white knight, even though it's probably available somewhere already, but still. So now we got this knight, and we don't have this E1 to G1, and if we just move this knight one square to the right, still we don't really have that. So this is kind of it basically. Okay, and the very last check to perform here, so just bring the position back here. Now it's possible. So now I just want to make this pawn to be black, and this would be attacking the square F1, so it shouldn't allow castling as well. And then I will try this with this bishop to make it black as well. So let's turn the pawn into a black pawn. Okay, so it's not gonna castle because it attacks the queen, the king, and now it's not gonna generate a castling move because it attacks this F1 square. Okay, but if we just get rid of this, it would allow us actually. Oh my god, what have I done? I've malformed the FEM. Sorry, one like this. So now it gives us the E1 to G1 again because the squares are not attacked basically. So this is kind of it, and now we're gonna do the same stuff but with the queen side castling. So here it's almost the same, but so make sure. So well, I just grabbed this code. So the only thing to change here would be just to change the squares. So now we need to make sure that the empty squares are so the D1, C1, and D1, C1, and B1 are empty. So D1 and B1 and not board and C1 like this, and the attack squares is the king and the D1, which is next to the king. And again, I'm not really checking if C1 is under check, because again this C1 and G1 would be matched as the squares under the check during writing the make move function. That would not allow to the move if the move ends up with getting king into a check. So just to bear that in mind. Okay, and now let's try to generate our moves again. So well, the only thing I did wrong here, I need to say not to G1 but to C or C1, right? Yeah, C1. Save. Okay, so now we have this king goes to G1 and king goes to C1 canceling moves, which is quite pretty nice. So now let's try to put some pieces there to make sure that it's not gonna castle if there is a piece somewhere. So I just want to change my FEN now slightly a bit. So instead of this 3 pieces, well, let's give a knight and 2 pieces. So it shouldn't generate C1, okay, because there is a knight, perfect. And put the knight like this, okay. So also doesn't castle there. If we just put the knight near the king, it also won't castle there. And now let's keep it empty. So now castles. And I just want to try to attack. Well, let's make this bishop to be black, so the D1 would be attacked, and then this one, so the king is going to be attacked, so to make sure that it's not going to castle under the attack. So how to make this? So first, let's make this bishop black. Okay, so it can't castle either king side, by the way, or queen side, because both squares are attacked. So no castling is allowed. Perfect. And now we would just make this bishop to be black piece. Still can't castle. Well, that's because. So let me just let me make this empty, and in the next rank, so 1 and bishop like this, I guess, should be fine. Yeah. So now he can't castle. Okay, so it attacks the C1. But yeah, it allows castling, but this would be tracked within the make move function. So yeah, it's not the best ever example. Probably I can get rid of this, and I just want to make this queen black, I guess, and I want to get rid of this one more bishop, so it would be hitting this D1. So bishop. Okay, so now. Okay, I'm just wondering why it doesn't castle to the king side. Well, it definitely shouldn't be castling to the queen side because D square is attacked, but I can't see no reason why it can't castle to the king side. Interesting. Well, if I just bring a pawn there back or something, well, it still doesn't have this opportunity. So well, let's check, because this is a bit weird. Oh, yeah, that's probably because, just hold on a sec. So queen side castling, okay. F1 is not empty, G1. So F1 is empty, G1 is empty. So we have this F1 empty, G1 is empty, okay. Then E1 is not under attack, and F1 is not under attack. It's not. Is it under attack? This is a little bit strange, to be honest. Okay, if I just replace this queen with a bishop. I'm just really wondering why this is happening. It shouldn't have. Let's try to replace this with a bishop. Okay, I still don't have this. And now we have this E1 to C1. Yeah, so it seems like the queen side castling works perfectly well, but something has got wrong with the king side castling. I'm just not sure what exactly. So let me just try to grab my tricky position again. Copy and paste this in. Is this gonna generate both moves now? Well, it does, but this is really interesting. So okay, just replace this queen black, queen again. Okay, still able to castle to king side. Now I just want to get rid of this bishop. Okay. Interesting. So for some reason, if I can't castle king side, queen side, it also can't castle the king side. I'm just wondering why this is happening. Well, hold on a sec, guys. I just need to figure this out. Well, okay, guys. So one important note: I've just found a bug within the e-square attack function we've been written before. Well, in chess programming, this is quite pretty trivial. Oh, not trivial, it's quite pretty regular stuff when you're finding the bug in something that you've been writing before. So you see, like, this f1 square is ready to be attacked, so it kinda ignores this pawn. So I need to realize why this is happening actually. So you see, like, I'm just pasting in this debugging printf statement, so it realizes that the king side castling permission is available, that the both squares are empty, but when we come to calculating this square attack, so it's not attacked here, but this square attack for the f1 square actually gives us a true, while it should have given a false. So you see, like, this 1 stands for the return value of the square attack function. So it's gonna get a little bit more complicated, and now we'll try to find where exactly the bug occurs, and as far as I do this, I'll get back to you and show you how to fix this. Okay, one little interesting thing, that if we replace the rook with the queen with the rook, it's not kind of attacking here, so it only regards to queen. But for some reason, yeah, so the rook and queen's attacks are generated within the same loop. So we need to figure why this is happening. I'm sorry, guys, just another mistake. So it actually it's the same for the queen and for the rook, because you see, like, this f1 square, I've just printed this attacked map, so this f1 square is getting attacked by, or hold on a sec. Oh my god, hold on a sec. So it's not a bug. Oh, it's not a bug. This is the bishop. This tricky bishop attacks f1. OMG. So, okay, good news. So probably there are no bugs actually. So if I just try to replace this with the black bishop again, but yeah, hold on a sec. I would better get rid of this bishop here. Save. Yeah, now it works better. So yeah, okay. You see, like, how handy might be this printed x square stuff. So okay. So now we have still this e1 to g1, which is legal, and e1 to c1, and we just replace this rook with. I'm sorry, guys. I thought there was a bug, but it wasn't really one. So if we just replace this rook with a queen again, like kind of back, yeah, we still have this e1 to g1, right? But, so this square is attacked, so we can't castle there, but we still can castle here. So this tricky bishop on a6 was really eyeing this f1. That's the reason why we couldn't really castle to the queen's side. Okay, so this is really interesting. Yeah, so this is quite pretty nice. Okay, I was already thinking, like, oh my god, I made a mistake with the square attack function, which is absolutely essential, but hopefully it's not. Okay, so it seems like the white king castling moves working quite pretty nicely. So I will now just grab this entire code for the white king castling and just copy and paste this to the black side as well. So, oh my god, just need to match the indentation here. So, okay, it should get here. So here we got this black king castling, and we need to match the black king. We need to match the black king castling rights, and the squares would be respectively f8 and g8. Okay, and e square attack. So I don't need this stuff anymore. Okay, and e8. So the same squares, but on the 8th rank instead of the 1st rank. So g8, e8. Okay. So what else? What else? Queenside castling like this. D8, B8, and C8. Probably D8, C8, B8 would be the better order, but it doesn't matter really that much as far as we match all of these guys. It shouldn't matter really, I hope. At least I hope so. In chess programming, you're more like assuming rather than know for sure. Okay, and C8 and E8 respectively, and save. If queenside castling is available, kingside, so black king castling. Well, it should work. I really hope so. So, well, let's just try to generate moves straight away. Well, we don't get anything because we didn't change the site yet. So let's actually try to update our tricky position one more time and just paste this in. Now we want black to move. Save. And okay, this is interesting. So why don't we have this black castling moves? This is a bit weird. Black to move, definitely. So do we generate pawn moves for blacks? Yeah, we do, but e8. So did I miss the indentation level? What happened? Seems like I didn't really. Interesting. Okay, we got the castling rights. So what's gonna run? Well, okay, let's try to debug this stuff. So I will now be putting some printf statements to figure out what's going on here. So let's say black king, so to make sure that we do match the black king. Okay, we do match the black king. Perfect. So then, do we match the black king castling right? Yes, we do. Okay. So now do we match this f8 and g8 squares to be empty? We don't match them to be empty. You kidding me? f8 and g8 are really empty. Whoa. Now this is getting interesting. Hold on a sec. How is that possible? Hey guys, sorry, just need to figure this out. Well, okay guys, sorry, just realized what the issue here is. So obviously we need to say like e square attack for white king, it was for black king, and for the squares. So we need to switch the color to white because otherwise it shows like it's been attacked by own pieces. So obviously we need to change this side as well. And now I believe this should work really, and also changing the side here. So make sure that the black king and squares are attacked by white pieces, not by own pieces, not by own black pieces. So changing this like, okay, yeah, we got this. So we got this e8 to g8 castling, king, black king, kingside castling, e8 to c8, black king, queenside castling. So now let's play around with our castling, right? So now it should not castle to kingside. So yeah, only e8 to c8, perfect. Now it shouldn't castle to whatever side. Okay. Now it should castle only kingside. Okay, e8 to j8, perfect. So now let's get this back. So king, queen, save. So now both sides. So now let's try to put some pieces there. So let's say 1, and let's put a knight there, and I mean knight 2 like this. So now we got this knight, so king can castle only king side, not queen side. Okay, now let's move this knight one square on the right, same result. Okay, and now move this even more, same result. Okay, and now let's put this knight here, only queenside castling should be available. Okay, e8 to c8, perfect. And if I just move this even further on, still the same. Okay, e8 to c8, perfect. So empty square is being matched perfectly well, which is good. So now let's try to distinguish this attack stuff. So let's make this bishop black, let's make it white, and now it should castle only queenside. Okay, because the f1 is being attacked, perfect. And now let's put now let's make, well, say this c pawn to be white pawn, should have castle only king side now. Okay, to g8 because it is being attacked. And let's replace this queen with, say, white rook, so the king is attacked, so it's not really going anywhere, right? So perfect. Well, okay guys, it seems like we're done with our castling moves, which is quite pretty nice already. So yeah, this is it. So in the next videos we're gonna be generating moves for all the other pieces like knights, bishops, rooks and queens. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something interesting out of it. So see you next time. Until then, and take care.